first exercise I'm going to demonstrate is a Trapezius Shrug. The reason I chose this for my client is because one of her shoulders is slightly lower than the other one, about an inch. And also her work environment, the massage therapy, she's doing a lot of pushing and leaning, and we want to help retract and elevate the shoulders and keep those in place while she's doing that. So a trapezius shrug is often referred to as a shoulder shrug, and that's one of the first problems. There's individuals that will just lift their shoulders, and that is working the traps but it's not engaging them as well as it could. So step number one will be retracting the shoulders, and then once you do that, they're already elevated. It's not going to be very much for range of motion, probably 1 to 2 inches, and we're going to tuck the chin in. Another common mistake is to bring the chin forward as you're lifting. It kind of makes room for it, but for more range of motion, but again, we're going to limit that to about 1 to 2 inches. So retract the shoulders, tuck the chin in, hold the 4 points of posture, and lift, and then relax. So the primary muscle groups being the upper trapezius and the levator scapula. Secondary muscle groups are going to be posterior deltoid and the rhomboids between the shoulder blades. So palpation will take place on the upper trap, just under the ear and the belly of the muscle. So for the trapezius shrug, the concentric phase is when we're lifting the shoulder up, and the isometric phase is holding it at the top, and then the eccentric phase or the terminal phase is when we're coming back down. So how does that relate to your breathing? We're breathing out on the way up, breathing in on the way back down. So a couple of exercises I would consider implementing after the trapezius shrug is mastered would be an upright row and then also a lateral raise. So the upright row, we would have a cable or a resistance band in this direction. We would retract the shoulders, engage the retractor muscles, keep the 4 points of posture intact throughout, and then pull the arms through until we got that humerus perpendicular to the floor, and then we would follow back through. So that would be an example of a rowing motion. The primary muscle groups are your retractors, which are the rhomboids in the middle trapezius, and the rotator cuff is going to be stabilizing the shoulder, and then the main players on the pull action are the biceps and then the latissimus dorsi on the back. So that could be palpated during this rowing motion. So the lateral raise would be focusing on the supraspinatus muscle for the first few degrees, and then the deltoid will kick in, and we only really want to come to about an 80-degree angle. All right, and we'll just let the weights hang in the wrists. All right, so we would keep those 4 points of posture, retract the shoulder blades, raise out, focus on the deltoids, and then relax. So those would be the 2 exercises I would go to next after the basic shrug form is mastered. Now that I'm with my client, Joan, I'm going to hand her the dumbbells. Go ahead. We're going to perform a trapezius shrug. She is a kinesthetic and also visual learner, so I have already demonstrated it for her. I asked permission to palpate her traps while we're doing the exercise. So we're going to start doing 5 repetitions in the lateral view, and then we're going to do another 5 from the front. Okay, so staggered stance like we went over. Stand up straight, hold the core tight, tuck the chin back in. All right, good line of gravity, looks pretty good. Retract the shoulders, excellent. All right, now slowly raise and contract the upper trap right here. Good, and relax. Slower on the way down, retract, and then up. back a little bit, engage the core more, stand up straight. There's 2, up, good, and down. There's 3, one more time, good, and relax. Alright, and relax. So, take those for you for a moment. We're going to switch other foot coming forward. Again, we're going to have the staggered stance, and the purpose of that is so the dumbbells can come down to the sides. Is everything feeling okay? All right. Pains or issues there, you're doing a good job. So, 4 points of posture again. Head standing up straight. Engage the core. Okay. Retract the shoulder blades right there. Excellent. And up. Good. Relax. Breathe out on the way up. And up. 2. Good. Things looking good. Go ahead and do that again. 3. 4. This shoulder to come up a little bit higher. Retract. And 5. Very good. So take those from you. So as you saw, the client did a very good job of following instruction. There was minimal instruction that I needed to give her, so she's just about ready to move on to more complex movements. I'll give it a little bit more time until we can pin that down. I'll give her a grade of a B today.